that way. Will you move the recommendation as well?
Yes.
With that amendment?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, can I have a second of Councillor Thompson? Sorry, people, I've got it. Oh, Jesus. This is the trouble when you're using two screens. One is by touch and the other one is by mouse. And I'm trying to touch the mouse one and it won't work. Two systems here. Okay, with that. Okay, we will now move across to, we're probably not ready for our first submitter yet. So do you want to say anything at this stage, Dale? About the process and stuff? We've got 5 minutes. Turn your mic on.
No, all going well. Sorry. Yeah, no, nothing to comment. All going well.
All going well. Yeah. All right, Gayleen, you all good?
Yes, so I think, Your Worship, the thing to point out is that on the agenda there was a placeholder for a deliberations report, and following the run through the other day, a deliberations report has been asked for with schedules.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, that is unlikely to get out to councillors because it's a lot of work until the weekend sometime.
Yeah.
But we've left time at the end of each day for councillors to raise issues that they might want investigated for your deliberations.
Yeah, so that corporate planning are doing that.
They're doing the schedules
Yeah.
and everything. I'll be writing the report with Dale's input as well.
Okay, cool. Councillor Sedgwick.
Your Worship, just because this is being recorded and because we've had a lot of queries on why we're actually doing this, perhaps could, before we have the submitter, could Dale just repeat the background to this and why we have undertaken this review, just so that it's permanently on the recording.
Good point.
Okay.
Dale.
So all councils throughout New Zealand are required to undertake a representation review at least once every 6 years. So we would normally have been doing one in 3 years' time because the last one was undertaken in 2018. However, on the recommendation of the Local Government Commission, following the last review, they recommended or strongly suggested that the council undertake a further review after 3 years, which would be this year. Coupled with that, legislation requires that if a council is to establish Māori wards or constituencies, then it must also undertake a representation review. So we're undertaking a review this year, basically on a formal basis. We are required to because we are establishing Māori wards.
Maybe you could just also inform me. Oh, sorry, Dale, where you go?
No, is that adequate or?
I was just going to say, maybe you'd like to inform the councillors of the 2 things that are out of scope now.
Yes, thank you for that. When you undertake a representation review, there are 2 prior decisions that are electoral system and whether to establish Māori wards. Those 2 decisions have been made prior to this process. So when we undertake this process, those 2 issues are out of scope. So we cannot consider, for example, any submissions that may be received on the principle of the electoral system or the principle of yes or no to Māori wards. So they're out of scope.
All right.
What we need to look at is the detail.
Okay. Does everybody understand that? It just makes it harder if people keep asking questions about it, and the fact is that they are out of scope. So I just wanted to be clear about that. All right. I don't suppose we've got any. Oh, sorry, Councillor Smith.
Yeah, so just go back to what Gayleen was talking about, the decision template. When I asked about that the other day, what I was wanting that for was the deliberations. I didn't expect it today, Gayleen, or tomorrow. The decision template is basically a checklist for us to go through in some sort of order, so that 1, we don't miss anything, but 2, we've got a process that we went through to actually be a foundation of our decision. So there was no pressure to get it done for today or tomorrow.
I think to add,
I was
add to-
aware of that.
to add to that, councillor, I think the other thing is there may be some information, and I'm sure there will be, that Anton will need to actually go away and look at too, based off some guidance we may give them either this afternoon at the end of the conclusion at the wrap up, or tomorrow afternoon at the conclusion and the wrap up. There may be some guidance we need to give him to go around to look at some of the mapping issues. So that'll make up part of that. So it gives them a chance to do it and have it for us hopefully by Monday, so we can use it on Tuesday. All good? Councillor Maguire. Off mute, Rob.
I didn't hear Dale's first point, and I'm just wondering if everyone else did. The Maori wards, but the first reason I didn't hear him clearly.
Shall I repeat that?
Yeah, if you can do, Dale.
Okay, so any council in New Zealand is required to undertake their representation review at least once every 6 years. Council undertook their last one in 2018, so they're not legally required to undertake it for 6 years, although it can be undertaken after 3 years. In the 2018 review, it went to the Local Government Commission, and they strongly recommended that council undertake a representation review after 3 years rather than the maximum of 6 years, mainly to reflect changes in population growth in the district. So that was the first reason, which was voluntary under the strong recommendation, if you like, of the Commission. But the primary one, of course, is once you establish Maori wards, then a council must undertake a review.
So
I didn't think that was clear the first time around, but anyway.
Yeah.
maybe wrong.
yeah, no, you're good call, Rob. All right, we're actually a few minutes ahead of time, everybody. So we haven't, our first submitter's not here yet, is it, Kayleen?
No,
Oh,
Your
Kayleen.
Worship. I just wanted to add the discussion that we had the other day with Dale as well about the point that any changes that you make in your deliberations, we must have reasons for, and they must be based on the submissions received. So I just wanted to reiterate that to councillors for when they're thinking ahead for any changes that they want for the final proposal. We've got to have reasoning behind it and support of submissions.
There's probably not too many things that haven't been raised through most of the submissions somewhere.
Yep.
All right, if you want to take 5 minutes, we've got our first submitter at 9:20, which is another 8 minutes away. So if you want to stretch your legs before you get stuck into this, by all means do so. So I'll just adjourn it for 5 minutes.